Cal slammed the yoke forward. The Eidolon plunged into the storm corridor, lightning cracking against the hull. Risk assessment, 87% hull breach. Eidolon clipped. Recommend abort, no time. Cal gripped the controls. Planetary batteries lit the viewport, red lances slicing the clouds. One grazed the shields. Alarms wailed. He rolled the ship hard. Thunder buffeted them. The flats below sharpened into view, cracked salt pans under roiling skies. Batteries locked on. Evasive pattern delta. Cal fired retros. The Eidolon shuddered, dropping like a stone. Beams scorched past. He pulled up at the last second. Skids hit the flats with a bone-rattling crunch. Engines whined down. Silence fell, broken only by cooling metal ticks. Damage report, Cal said. Port nacelle compromised. Fuel reserves at 34%. Life support nominal. Human vitals elevated. Cal unstrapped. Keeper locked. No hails without my say. He checked his sidearm. Strapped it beside the comm unit on his belt. Medkit clipped opposite. Empty hands out first. That's how you traded on a sealed world. Ramp hissed open. Wind howled, carrying ozone and dust. Cal stepped onto the flats, palms up. 5 scouts crested a dune ridge 200 meters out. Rifles snapped to his chest. Scopes glowed red, tracking his heart. He walked forward, steady. Boots crunched salt. No sudden moves. Rifles hummed. Charged. Halt! Off-worlder. The lead scout barked through a translator. Voice gravelly, armored silhouette broad. Kneel or die. Cal stopped at 100 meters. Here to trade. Ship's cargo manifest open to scan. Rifles whirred tighter. A shot cracked the air beside his boot. Salt exploded. Second scout raised his weapon higher. Blood trickled from a gash on his arm. Storm shrapnel, maybe. He grimaced, rifle dipping. The lead barked orders. Fingers tightened on triggers. A new figure shoved through the squad. Taller, plated armor gleaming under dust cloaks. Scaled crest flared along her helmet ridge. She planted her rifle between them. Barrel skyward. Hold! Her voice cut sharp. Translator smooth but edged. Saya Vorn. Clan markings on her pauldron screamed champion rank. He walks empty. No raid posture. Scouts hesitated. Lead growled. Warden Keth orders all ships seized. This one's evaded batteries. Saya's gaze locked on Cal. Golden eyes narrowed, unblinking. Surrender comms. Sidearm. Now, Cal raised his hands higher. Comms first. He thumbed it free, tossed it at her feet. It skidded across salt. Sidearm next. But scan my hold. Fuel cells, med supplies, tools. No weapons. She scooped the comm. Visor scanning it. Eidolon craft, registered rogue trader. Rifle stayed high, blocking her squad. Why breach seal? Clan worlds bar off-worlders. Desperate buyers pay premium. Cal nodded to the bleeding scout. He's hit bad. Let me patch. Prove peaceful. Scouts shifted. Lead snarled. He's baiting, champion. Keth. Saya silenced him with a crest flare. Honor demands proof. She gestured her rifle at Cal's belt. Arm. Slowly. Cal unclipped the sidearm, tossed it beside the comm. Empty now. He knelt, unzipped the medkit. Coagulant spray. Universal. Works on scales. The wounded scout clutched his arm. Blood pattered salt. Saya eyed Cal, then nodded curtly. Approach. One step wrong, you die. Cal rose, kit in hand. Closed the gap to 20 meters. Scouts flanked, rifles humming. He stopped short of the wounded one. Arm out. Cal primed the spray. Scout glared but extended. Gash wept dark blood. Cal misted it on. Foam bubbled, sealing fast. Scout hissed, flexed his claws. Wound knit smooth. Clan blood responds, Scout muttered. Off-worlder tech, binds like vow steel. Saya stepped closer. Her shadow fell over Cal. Up close, her armor hummed with power cells. Crest ridges pulsed faint blue. Stress? Aroma hit him. Spice and storm sweat. Alien but sharp. You evade storm like warrior born. She scanned his medkit. Human. Mercy without debt. Logic. Cal repacked. Dead traitor profit 0. Your man's fighting strength now. She retrieved his gear, clipped him to her belt. Not returning yet. Warden Keth claims your ship for clan leverage, off-world fuel crisis. Eidolon yields power. Kath's rival play. Ship's mine. Cargo's yours. If fair trade, squad murmured. Lead scout spat. Champion, he's stalling. Batteries recharge. A low rumble shook the flats. Eidolon's voice crackled from the tossed comm. Alert. Warden patrol inbound. 8 minutes. Nacelle failure imminent. Saya's crest flared brighter. She crushed the comm underboot. You hear your ship's plea? Trust this human? Cal held her stare. Trust earned. Patch my nacelle. Take half cargo. Or Keth seizes all. She weighed his sidearm in her palm. Squad rifles dipped. Eyes on her. Wind whipped her cloak. Bind him, she ordered. But her claw lingered on the Medket seal. We move to Ridge Camp. Keth comes. We test vows. Scouts surged forward. Rough hands yanked Cal's arms. He didn't resist. Saya led, his weapons on her belt. Her stride matched his. Protector's gate. From the dune crest, engines growled distant. Keth's patrol. Eidolon's lights flickered on the flats below. Nacelle sparking. Saya glanced back. Golden eyes held his a beat too long. Survive this, Cal Mercer. Debt's compound. Rifles prodded him forward. But her hand rested near his medkit. Guardian's promise unspoken. Rough hands shoved Cal into the Ridge Camp's central ring. Dust swirled under torchlight. Saya's squad formed a loose circle, rifles slung but ready. She planted herself between Cal and the flickering ship lights below, her crest pulsing gold. Engines roared closer. Keth's patrol crested the dune in a line of armored skiffs. The warden leaped down first, his scaled hide scarred from old clan wars. Seize the off-worlder vessel, Keth bellowed. Contraband salvage by Ridge law. Fuel cells forfeit to clan security. Troops fanned out, grapples uncoiling from their belts. Eidolon's nacelle sparked brighter on the flats, a dying flare. Cal's pulse stayed even. Contracts mattered. Bets, too. Saya stepped forward, claws flexing. Claim denied, Warden. The human stands under my watch. Judgment ring. Now. Keth's eyes narrowed to slits. You shield a scavenger, champion? His hull bleeds power. Clan needs it. Step aside. She didn't budge. Her squad rifles snapped up. Honor law demands trial. Witnesses gather. Camp stirred. Clan folk emerged from tents. Warriors, tech scrapers, younglings wide-eyed. They ringed the dirt circle, murmurs rising like wind. Saya grabbed Cal's arm, yanked him center. Her grip bit, but not cruel. Protector's hold. Keth stalked in. Troops halting at the edge. Speak your defense, human. Or watch your ship stripped. Cal scanned the circle. Saya's golden eyes locked on his. Wait. Act. He nodded once. Eidolon. Open cargo bay. Remote off. Static crackled from his belt comm. Scavenged earlier. Cargo release confirmed. Bay doors cycling. Risk. Exposure to elements. 90%. Hatches groaned open a click downslope. The ship's underbelly lit up. Crates spilling faint glow. Clan gasped. Off-world rations. Sealed packs. Nutrient-dense. Human-grade. A lead scout from Saya's squad wheezed nearby. Medkit clamped to his side. Plasma burn from earlier skirmish. He spat blood. Legs buckling. Cal knelt. Ignored the rifles tracking him. Trade. Rations for his life. Patch him. I load the bay myself. Saya's crest flared. She waved a tech forward. Accept. Keth snarled. Bribery. Impound now. Silence, Saya snapped. Witness the exchange. Call cracked a ration pack. Smell of synth protein hit the air. Alien nostrils flared. He pressed it to the scout's mouth. Swallow. Stabilizes vitals in 30 seconds. Scout gulped, color returning to his scales. Clan murmured louder. He heals without debt price? Keth lunged forward. Enough games. Troops. Saya's claw blocked him. Ring rules bind us. Human offers fair trade. You interrupt, forfeit claim. Cal stood wiping hands. Eidolon chimed. Patrol skiffs block escape vector. Nacelle output at 12%. Human vitals elevated. Recommend vow protocol. Cal pulled his ident chip from a vest pocket. Ship keys, digital soul. He held it out to Saya. Access code. Yours. Under your honor law. Patch the nacelle. Take half cargo. Bind it as vow. Your clan gets fuel leverage. I fly free. Her eyes widened a fraction. Crest dimmed to amber. Calculation. You gamble your sky beast on my word? Trust earned, Cal said. Contract seal it. Sign over control. Or Keth wins. Keth laughed, harsh. Ah, fool. She'll claim all. Saya snatched the chip. Claws danced over her wrist pad, linking protocols. Honor law script flared holographic between them, binding glyphs, clan encrypted. Vow accepted. Saya Vorn champions Cal Mercer. Ship repairs under my guard. Half cargo to clan. Breach means my life forfeit. Glyphs locked green. Eidolon pinged. Access transferred. Vow logged. Nacelle patch viable with local tools. Clan erupted. Cheers mixed with hisses. Keth's troops shifted uneasy. Saya clipped the chip to her belt next to his sidearm. Her hand brushed his. Deliberate, warm scales against skin. You force my hand, pilot. Debt's compound. Keth whirled on her. Traitors pact. I'll call High Council. Call them, she cut in. Witness the heel. The trade. Human logic binds tighter than your grabs. Cal watched Keth's jaw clench. Troops lowered grapples. Ship lights steadied. No more sparks. Eidolon hummed approval. Saya turned to her squad. Take us to the flats. Patch nacelle. Load half cargo. Rations first. Scouts surged downslope. Cal stayed put, Ring's eyes on him. A youngling approached, sniffed his hand. Soft skin saves, like old tales. Saya pulled him aside, voice low. Keth retreats, but plots. Camp holds till dawn. Your health. Fine, Cal said. He flexed wrists, raw from binds. Her claw lingered near the medkit on her belt. Guardian's touch. She nodded, crest brightening. Vow holds. Rest. Keth stormed to his skiff, troops trailing. Engines growled retreat, but his glare lingered on Saya's belt. Chip gleaming. Cal settled by a fire pit, clan eyes curious. Saya sat close, shoulder brushing his. Not protector now. Partner. Eidolon whispered from calm. Power stabilizing. Trust metric. Rising. Alert. Keth signals off-world relay. Saya's hand tightened on his arm. He calls enforcers. Dawn brings test. Cal met her gaze. Golden fire. We fly together? Her crest pulsed. Vow says yes. Torchlight danced. Ship hummed below. Trust bought time, but rivals ticked closer. Saya gripped Cal's arm and yanked him downslope toward the ship. Her claws dug in just enough to steady him over loose gravel. Torchlight faded behind as clan scouts loaded crates onto flatbeds. Inside, she growled. Dawn closes. Cal matched her stride. His wrists throbbed from earlier binds, but adrenaline sharpened focus. The ramp hissed open at their approach. Eidolon's voice crackled from the intercom. Crew aboard. All integrity 94%. Saya bounded up first, her armored tail lashing for balance. Cal followed, boots clanging on metal. The airlock sealed with a pneumatic sigh. Inside, conduits sparked faintly in the corridor, remnants of the earlier overload. She strode straight to the bridge, crest flaring under helmet lights. Cal kept pace, scanning readouts on his wrist comma. Core temp still edged redline. Eidolon, Saya barked, dropping into the co-pilot seat. Her voice carried that honor-bound clip, like reciting clan law. Map nearest safe ascent window. Factor wind shear and orbital enforcers. The AI responded instantly. Holographic charts blooming across the main display. Window in 4 hours, 12 minutes. Risk of intercept, if Keth relays hold. Recommend delay to 6 hours for optimal thrust. No. Saya's claws tapped console keys, pulling up nav overlays. Clan text patch nacelle now. We launch on first. Cal leaned over her shoulder. Her scent hit him, ozone and heated metal, mixed with alien musk. Trust metric rising, Eidolon had said. He believed it. She's right, Cal said. Keth's already signaling. We need altitude before his skiff scramble. Saya's golden eyes flicked it to him. A nod. Partnership sealed. Alarms blared from engineering. Cal bolted down the corridor, Saya on his heels, Smoke wisped from a panel near the relay bank. He popped the cover. Burnt circuit stared back, blackened and fused. Relays fried, Cal said. Bypasses the coolant interlock. Ship won't climb without it. Saya crouched beside him, toolkit clanking from her belt. Show me. He grabbed manual jumpers from the overhead bin and a portable battery pack. Bridge this node to auxiliary. Positive here, negative there. Clamp tight, no sparks. Her claws moved precise, mimicking his demo. The first jumper locked. Second followed, battery hummed to life. She tested the circuit with a multimeter from her kit. Green light. Done. She stood, wiping soot on her thigh plate. Human fix. Simple. Cal snorted. Told you. Logic over muscle. Eidolon chimed. Relay bypassed. Core output stable at 82%. Saya's crest pulsed brighter. She clapped his shoulder, firm, approving. Eat spread from her touch, not just protector now. Next panel, coolant pumps. Gauges flickered erratically. Pumps failing. Cal said. Overheat in 20 if we don't reroute. Saya hauled in 3 clan power cells from the cargo bay. Blocky, glowing bricks her techs had prepped. These feed. High yield. Cal eyed them. Alien tech, denser than human lithium. Link them in parallel. Valves here and here. She sliced conduits with a plasma cutter, splicing cables with practiced twists. No hesitation. Pumps whirred back online. Coolant surging. Core temp plummeted to blue. Stabilized, Eidolon confirmed. Ascent viable, trust metric, 84%. Cal stared. She'd adapted his instructions on the fly, optimizing flow rates better than his manual. Clan engineering meshed with ship specs, like they'd evolved together. Outside, skiff engines growled distant. Cal glanced at a hull cam. Keth's silhouette lingered near the landing gear, troops dispersed. The warden crouched low, palm pressing the outer plating, a glint. Small device adhering. Tracker. Got you, Cal muttered. Saya followed his gaze. Keth plants hunter. Interception calls. We jam it mid-burn. Cal sealed the panel. Fly first. She straightened, eyes locking on his. Together, back on the bridge, clan cargo secured, scouts waving from the flats below. Saya slid into the pilot seat. Cal took co-pilot, strapping in. Eidolon. Spool engines. Nav to window 1. Spooling. Thrust in 30. Saya's claws danced over controls. Flight yoke responded smooth under her grip. She queried thrust vectors, adjusted for alien gravity tweaks. Cal fed her atmospheric data, wind currents, shear lines. Her inputs flowed seamless. Pre-burn checklist, nailed in half the verbal cues. Yaw trim, she compensated before Eidolon flagged it, faster than any cadet he'd trained at the academy. Her mind mapped the console like battle terrain, instinct honed by clan wars, now conquering stars. Cal's pulse quickened. Not just warrior. Pilot. Keth's signal pings, Eidolon warned. Enforcers vectoring from relay station. ETA intercept. Window -2. Saya's tail flicked. We outrun. Thrusters ignited. Ship shuddered, lifting gravel in a storm. Saya banked hard, dodging a wind gust. Altitude climbed steady. Cal watched her hands. Steady, lethal grace. Trust wasn't words anymore. It was this. Her vow. His ship. Their sky. Hull cam caught Keth's skiff peeling away. Enforcer beacons lighting the horizon. Too late. But as Saya punched into the ascent window, Eidolon flashed red. Tracker active. Frequencies locked. Collision course confirmed. Saya wrenched the yoke left. The ship groaned, inertial dampers whining as they skimmed a thunderhead. Collision alert screamed from the console. Tracker jammed. Cal snapped, eyes on the rear feed. Keth's enforcers swarmed like hornets. 3 skiffs. Lasers priming. Negative. Saya's claws flexed on controls. Eidolon deployed decoy flares. Frequency spoof now. Affirmative. Flares away. Spoof active for 40 seconds. Eidolon's voice clipped like a ledger entry. Cal punched auxiliary thrust. The deck shuddered. Saya rode the surge, threading between sheer winds. One skiff veered into a gust, spiraling down. The other 2 held formation, gaining. Stronghold beacon acquired, Saya growled. 2 minutes. Hold. Cal gripped his harness. Her moves blurred, predictive, lethal, no hesitation. He fed her terrain overlays, ravine ahead, thermal updraft. She banked into it without a glance. Human reflexes met alien instinct. The lead pursuer clipped a spire, erupting in flame. Risk elevated, Eidolon intoned. Hull integrity 92%. Human vitals spiking. Last skiff fired. Bolt scorched past. Saya rolled inverted, then snapped upright. Ground rushed up. Craggy plateau ringed by clan spires. She flared engines, touching down in a gravel spray. Ramp hissed open before dust settled. Out now. Saya unstrapped, rifle in hand. Scouts waved from barricades below. Cal grabbed his kit, boots hitting stone. Wind howled. She shoved him toward the stronghold gate, a massive slab of alloy-veined rock. Enforcer engines thrummed distant. Gate ground open. Saya herded him inside. Claws of warriors lined the walls, eyes glowing amber. She slammed the control. Seals locked with a boom. Silence fell, broken only by echoing drips. Call spun to her. That buys time. But my ship's your leverage now. Kath wants it impounded. No protection unless you cut it free after repairs. Saya's tail lashed. She sheathed her rifle. Honor demands your safety, off-worlder. Clan claims the vessel until debt clears. Debt? Cal stepped close, voice level. Cargo's secured. We flew your window. Contracts matter. Release codes post-repair or I walk into Keth's arms myself. Warriors murmured. A grizzled elder pushed forward, scars mapping his muzzle. Clan champion speaks for Vorn blood. State terms, human. Saya's gaze locked on Cal. It radiated from her scales. She unclasped a neck guard. Beneath gleamed a vow mark. Etched crystal pulsing blue, embedded in her throat scales. Witnesses leaned in. I, Saya Vorn, bind life debt. Her voice rang off stone. Ship returns whole. Launch code's yours alone. Fail, and Mark claims my heart. Crystal flared brighter. Warriors growled approval, fists thumping chests. Cal's breath caught. No contract fine print. Just her flesh sworn. That's binding? More than your paper oaths. She closed the gap. One clawed hand cupped his jaw. Gentle, unyielding. Her lips met his. Warmth flooded. Tasting of spice and storm. Tongue flicked tentative, then bold. His hands found her waist scales. Pulse hammering. She pulled back, eyes fierce. Sealed. Cal exhaled slow. Trust hit like thrust. Raw, propulsive. Codes are yours. Eidolon. Transfer auth to Saya Vorn. Transfer complete. Eidolon replied. Remote access granted. Recommend lockdown protocols. Saya's claws tapped her wristcom. Ship ramp word shut outside. Engines spooled audible through the gate. Wait. Cal grabbed her arm. You're flying it out? Alone? Keth converges. Repairs at Hidden Bay. Trust the vow. She pressed a clan bead into his palm. Cool. Thrumming. Hold this. My return. Gate groaned open. She strode out. Rifle slung. Ship lifted in a roar, vanishing into clouds. Warriors sealed it behind her. Cal clenched the bead. Stronghold hummed with activity. Medics scanning him. Elders plotting defenses. Eidolon patched through his comm. Remote link active. Saya evades patrol. Hull stress rising. Human. Your vitals indicate elevated risk. He paced the chamber. No ship. No off-world vector. Keth's enforcers pounded the outer perimeter, demands booming. Saya's kiss lingered, promise etched deeper than any mark. Elder grunted. She risks clan for you. Why? Cal met his gaze. Trust, only currency left. Scouts burst in. Keth masses at the flats. Demands the off-worlder. And the ship. Cal's comm crackled. Saya's voice. Bay secure. Damage critical. Need your hands, pilot. But enforcer fire rattled the gate. Warden Keth's skiff crested the rise. Megaphone blaring. Surrender the human. Vorn's treason ends now. Eidolon cut in. Incoming barrage. Shields at 30%. Collision imminent. Cal gripped the bead tighter. Her vow. His gamble. Stars waited, but Keth's shadow loomed first. Blasts hammered the stronghold gate. Cal ducked as shrapnel pinged off stone walls. Scouts dragged barricades into place. The elder barked orders, tusked face grim. Eidolon. Status. Cal yanked wiring from a clan cone panel. His hands moved steady, stripping circuits. Encircling forces, 90%. 9 minutes to full ring. Human vitals elevated. Adrenaline spike. Cal clenched Saya's bed in his fist. Cool pulse against skin. Her vow thrummed like a heartbeat. He twisted scrap transponder chips together, backup from his grounded camp kit, smuggled in before liftoff. Keth wanted keys. AI cores. Ship overrides. Let him hunt ghosts. Scouts shouted. Raiders hit the Flats camp, digging for off-world tech. Cal nodded. Predictable. Keth's enforcers tore through his old tents now. Scanners probing dirt for buried backups, no yield. He soldered the decoy, a false ping ship signature, low-orbit tease. Ready. He slapped it onto a clan drone, small, battered thing, launch it west. Dead ravine vector. The scout stared. Human trick? Keth's hunters track heat, trust it. Cal met the alien's eyes. Clan bead gleamed in his palm. Saya's vow. My hands. Drone whirred out of side vent. Eidolon chimed. Transponder active. Mimicry at 87% fidelity. Outside, Keth's megaphone roared. Vorn hides the off-worlder. Yield the cores or we burn the nest. Enforcer skiffs revved. Dust clouds boiled. Cal grabbed a clan scanner. Slipped to the outer rampart. No weapons, just logic. 10 raiders peeled off, chasing the drone's ghost signal. Eidolon offline routine Delta 7. Broadcast false launch from auxiliary node. Executing. Risk. Overload at 12%. A deep hum built. Faux thrusters. Eidolon's ledger voice faking ion flare. Raiders banked hard. Sensors lighting up. They plunged toward the ravine. Cal watched through scope. Lead skiff dove first. Jagged rocks waited below. No bottom echo. Second followed. Crash bloom. Fuel fire orange against dusk. Keth's voice crackled citywide. Decoy. Back to perimeter. 5 minutes left. Cal's comm buzzed. Saya. Pilot. Bay holds. Hull patched. Your schematic saved us. But fuel cells dry. Interceptors block ascent. Rivals massed. He crouched lower. Enforcers regrouped. Skiffs circling tighter. Affirm. Keth's convoy hulls reserves. I strike now. Her tone. Steel vow. No doubt. Cal pictured her. Rifle braced. Clan markings stark under flight suit. Protective shadow for his gamble. Eidolon. Track convoy. Convoy vector. East Ridge. Fuel interceptors. 4 units. Warden Keth commands personally. Cal's gut tightened. Bead warmed in grip. Trust her. Only currency. Explosions lit the ridge. Saya's ambush. Plasma bolts streaked. Convoy skiff slewed. One flipped. She danced through. Warrior grace snatching fuel sleds mid-firefight. Raiders on Cal's flank howled. 2 broke for the rampart. He bolted down stone steps. No gun. Toolkit only. Human! Elder waved from barricade. Inside! Cal waved back, dashed to scrap pile, grabbed jagged hull plate, improv shield. Raiders crested. Tusked faces snarling under visors. Blasters whined. He hurled plate. Clang. Ricochet sparked one off balance. Dove behind boulder. Pulled transponder remote. Amped the fake signal. Louder. Closer. Raiders hesitated. Scanners beeped frenzy. Ship ghost. There. They veered into ravine chase. Third crash. Flames licked sky. Keth's skiff screamed overhead. Warden loomed in canopy. Scarred hide. Enforcer pauldrons gleaming. Eyes locked on Cal. Mercer. Your tricks end. Ship's mine. Vorn's head next. Cal pressed calm. Saya. Fuel. Secured. 2 sleds. Racing bay. Wind roar behind her words. Hold, pilot. My life debt flies for you. Bead pulsed hot. Her kiss echoed. Fierce claim. Trust built in fire. Eidolon cut in. Perimeter closed. Shields failing. Incoming barrage probability. 92%. Keth landed hard. Boots thudded rampart. 10 enforcers fanned out. Blasters trained. Cal stood. Empty hands raised. Toolkit at feet. No ship. No weapons. Bead hidden in fist. Warden. Calm voice. Contracts mattered. Even alien ones. Ships gone. Saya's vow binds it. Eef! Keth laughed. Harsh bark. Honor law? Vorn betrays clan for soft skin. Yield keys. I spare the nest. Scouts flanked cow, spears low. Elder growled behind. 2 minutes. Eidolon tallied. Human heart rate. Optimal. Cal smiled faint. Human normal. Aliens gaped at steady pulse under fire. Saya's voice burst calm. Fuel locked. Ignition sequence. Orbit burn and dask. Keth lunged. Blaster muzzle inches from Cal's chest. Cores. Now. Explosion rocked east. Convoy remnants burned. Saya stolen fuel. Her strike bought ascent. Cal twisted. Toolkit wire snapped up. Live spark from decoy rig. Zapped Keth's grip. Blaster clattered. Enforcers fired. Cal rolled. Spear from scout caught one leg. Elder charged. Tusks flashing. Chaos swirled. Cal snatched blaster. Fired suppression. Clean bursts. Pinning flanks. Keth roared. Grabbed Cal's collar. Lifted him. You fight like cornered prey. Why risk? Trust. Call headbutted. Nose crunch. Buys survival. Keth staggered. Saya's engines thrummed, distant. Real launch now. Eidolon whooped. Ascent confirmed. Hull integrity rising. Enforcers wavered. Dust clouds billowed as the Eidolon slammed onto the salt flats. Blaster rounds sparked across its hull plating. The ramp dropped with a hydraulic whine. Cal shoved Keth hard. The warden staggered back, tusks bared. Enforcers hesitated, eyes wide at the ship's descent. Cal, ramp secure! Saya's voice crackled over his comm bead. Mount up! He bolted. Boots pounded cracked earth. Spear-wielding scouts lunged. He dodged left. Fired a suppression burst from the snatched blaster. One dropped, clutching thigh. Keth bellowed. Interceptor launch. Bring them down. Cal hit the ramp at full sprint. Leaped the lip. Metal deck shuddered under his weight. He slapped the emergency console. Eidolon. Manual purge. Hot start the cores. Acknowledged. Purging contaminants. Ignition. In 10. Rounds pinged off the ramp edge. Saya stood at the threshold, plasma rifle barking. Blue bolts lanced back at the enforcers. She braced one arm on the frame. Body coiled like a spring. Tusked faces jerked behind cover. 8. 7. Cal dashed to the cockpit. Strapped in. Gouges flickered alive. Fuel lines pressurized. Saya's stolen convoy hull. Thrusters whined. 4. 3. Saya, ramp up. He punched controls. Ship lurched. She fired one last volley. Pinned Keth behind a boulder. Then she leaped. Not inside. Onto the closing strut. Claws dug into alloy. Wind tore at her braid as the ramp sealed. Eidolon, lift, max thrust, engines roared. Eidolon surged skyward. G-forces slammed Cal into his seat. Salt flats shrank below. Enforcers scattered like insects. Saya clung outside. Cal glimpsed her through the viewport, legs locked around the landing gear, rifle slung, face set in grim focus. Strut integrity nominal, Eidolon clipped. Passenger secured. Human adrenaline, elevated but stable. Alien vitals, unreadable. Keth's interceptor screamed up from the clan ramparts, a sleek dart of black hull and glowing vents. It matched their climb, blasters charging, incoming lock. Eidolon warned. Evasive pattern delta. Cal banked hard left. Eidolon skimmed treetops whipping in the storm band. Lightning cracked overhead. Winds howled through the thickening clouds. Saya's voice cut in. Keth's on your 6. He'll ram if he can't shoot. Hang on. Call rolled inverted. Storm lashed the canopy. Rain blurred the stars. Interceptor overshot. Slewing wide. Keth fired. Bolts. Scorched past. One grazed the wing. Shields flared red. Shields at 72%, Eidolon tallied. Recommend low alt dive. Canyon network ahead. Call dove. Eidolon plunged into the storm-swept gorge, walls blurred by. Interceptor pursued. Gaining, Saya shifted on the strut. She unslung her rifle, aimed back one-handed. Plasma bolt spat into the gale. Direct hit. Interceptor's port engine vented plasma. It fishtailed but held. Nice shot, Cal muttered. He pulled up sharp. Canyon ceiling loomed. Interceptor mirrored. Too tight. Wing clipped rock. Sparks flew. Keth broke right. Cal punched afterburners. Eidolon rocketed free of the gorge. Open sky beckoned, but Saya yelled over calm. Stroot heating! Friction burn! Cal checked external cams. Her perch glowed cherry red from re-entry skim. Claws smoked. She grimaced, muscles straining. Eidolon, cycle airlock, get her in. Negative. Exterior hatch compromised by storm shear. Manual breach required. Cal swore. Grabbed flight harness release. Old course. Autopilot engage. Confirmed. Risk assessment. High. He sprinted aft, hit the maintenance hatch, yanked manual override. Airlock pressurized. Outer door groaned open against wind. Saya dangled below. Flames licked the strut. Her armor charred at the edges. Jump! Cal extended a harness line. Thunder boomed. Interceptor looped back. Fresh lock tone blared from cockpit. She kicked free. Grabbed the line mid-fall. Cal hauled. Muscles burned. She swung in, boots slamming deck, sealed the hatch behind her. Got you. He steadied her. Soot-streaked face met his. Amber eyes locked. No words. Just a nod. Honor-bound. Alarms wailed. Shields critical! Eidolon snapped. Interceptor closing. Brace. Call dragged Saya forward, strapped her into the co-pilot seat. Her claws gripped the arms. Keth won't yield. We lose him in the bands. Cal reclaimed controls. Dove back into the storm heart. Lightning veins lit the chaos. Winds buffeted like fists. Interceptor dove too. Keth's voice hacked the open channel. Vorn, traitor! Land the soft skin or I slag you both! Saya snarled. Honor law binds me, brother. Your greed breaks clan. Cal jinked through a thunderhead. Hail pelted hull. Interceptor lagged a heartbeat. He fired countermeasures. Flares bloomed. Keth veered, cursing. Eidolon, plot jump vector. Outer band egress. Plotted. Core spin-up in 30. Human pilot error margin. Minimal. Saya glanced at him. You trust this hull? This storm. Me. Contracts matter. Cal flashed a grin. You returned the ship? Life debt paid? She gripped his forearm. Claws pricked skin, but gentle. Debt deepens. We survived together. Interceptor surged. Final barrage. Bolts hammered shields. Hull groaned. Shields gone, Eidolon stated. Evasive max. Call rolled through a funnel cloud. Interceptor chased into it. Vortex tore at both. Keth's ship spun out, crashed against a spire. Wreckage plummeted. Clear. Cores hummed to jump ready. Stars stabilized ahead. Saya exhaled, leaned back. Her hand stayed on his arm. Warmth cut the cockpit chill. Jump in 3, 2, 1, jump. Reality stretched. Eidolon's cores whined. The cockpit lurched as they snapped into the outer band. Ionized haze swallowed the stars. Sensors blanked. No fix on position. No lock from pursuers, yet. Blind Eidolon clipped. Navigation dark. Hull stress at 80%. Recommend vector halt. Cal gripped the stick. Scanned the void through forward glass. Faint starlight pierced the murk. Rigel's blue spike. Antari's red pulse. He punched manual overrides. Aligned crosshairs. Star fixes only. Plotting egress. Saya's claws dug into his arm. Steady pressure. Keth's interceptor ghosts us. Lock building. Static crackled. Keth's voice sliced through. Vorn. Soft skin. Surrender the hull. Clan enforcers inbound. Your treason ends in slag. Cal jinked left. Plasma ghosted past. He matched stars to mental charts. Adjusted thrust. 10 Gs crushed his chest. The ship twisted free of the lock cone. Alarms silenced. Lock broken. Eidolon confirmed. Egress vector live. Fuel reserves critical. Saya unstrapped, grabbed her harness. I end this. Mid-flight board. Disable pilot. Capture intact. Cal's gut tightened. Risky. Ionized soup hides debris. One hit, you're vapor. Her golden eyes locked his. Honor demands. Keth's pilot serves greed. I spare life. We gain leverage. She sealed her vac suit. Claws clicked locks. Trust my strike. He nodded. Contracts mattered. Urs bound deeper. Eidolon, match intercept trajectory. Bay doors on my mark. Trajectory matched. Doors prepped. Human pilot vitals elevated. Saya palmed the airlock. Tethers spooled. She launched into the haze. Bio-thrusters flared blue. Cal tracked her blip. Interceptor swelled on scopes. Sleek wedge. Keth's mark etched on hull. Missiles spat. Cal rolled hard. Counterflares bloomed. Saya closed gap. Grapples fired. Funked home. Interceptor bucked. Tried shake. Saya cut torches. Sliced hatch. Dropped inside. Cal punched pursuit. Hull groaned. Eidolon pinged. Core overheat. Spin down in 5. Shields offline. Inside the interceptor, sparks flew. Saya's suit cam fed grainy feed to Cal's panel. Pilot twisted in seat. Scaled face pale. Claws scrabbling controls. Young. Keth's underling. Yield, Saya growled. Voice calm steel. Honor parole. No death. Pilot lunged. Blade flashed. Saya parried. Locked arm. Twisted. Bone cracked. Not fatal. Pilot slumped. Saya zip-tied wrists. Killed engines. Captured. Pilot lives. Docking now. Relief hit Cal. He aligned clamps. Magnets kissed. Seals hissed tight. Air cycled. Cal cracked his hatch. Stepped into the interceptor's dim cockpit. Saya stood over the pilot. Blood trickled from a gash. Shallow. Medical aid, Cal said. Popped kit. Injected nanoseal. Parole terms. Testify Keth's overreach. Safe passage off-world. Breach it, we hunt. Pilot rasped. Nodded. Clan honor. Twisted by him. Accepted. Saya's gaze softened a fraction. Sheathed blade. Life debt to you both. Call hauled the kit back. Led her across the dock tube into his ship. Eidolon's lights flickered. Consoles sparked. Systems failing. Eidolon stated. Orbital decay trajectory. Keth's fleet pings inbound. Time to burn. 2 marks. Saya halted mid-corridor. Faced him. Vac suit peeled back. Scales gleamed under deck lights. Keth seals my exile. Clan gates shut. Honor law binds me to vow. Her hand found his chest. Palm flat. Warmth seeped through fabric. Your ship. Your stars. I step as equal. Partners. Or I vent now. Cal met her eyes. Pragmatic logic ward. Ship dying. Fuel scraps. Unknown jump ahead. But her grip. Debt deepened. Returned craft once. Boarded hell now. Trust bought survival. You earned it. He covered her hand. Equal. We fix this hull. Chart together. She exhaled. Claws retracted fully. Leaned in. Forehead touched his. Bond sealed silent. Keth's fleet bloomed on scopes. Massive wedges. Locktones screamed. Burn now? Eidolon demanded. Saya grinned fangs. Together. Cal strapped in. Her beside him. Hand on his forearm again. Thrusters roared. They plunged for the gap. Wheat closed. Salvos lit the band. One grazed. Hull. Buckled aft. Eidolon. Emergency spin-up. Spin-up. Risk. Hull breach probable. Saya's voice cut sharp. Keth hails. Demands my head. Patch him. Keth's face filled screen. Scaled fury. Traitor. Return. Face judgment. Saya leaned forward. Judgment yours, brother. Greed breaks law. I claim exile. With him, Keth snarled. Soft skin dies first. Cal fired evasive. Stars wheeled. Your pilot lives. Testifies. Stand down. Fleet hesitated. A beat. Salvo inbound. Cal yanked stick. Dove through debris veil. Saya braced. Her free hand gripped his thigh. Anchor. Cores peaked. Reality tore. They jumped blind. Into black. Eidolon tallied. Jump complete. Position. Unknown fringe. Hull integrity. 40%. Human health. Stable. Alien partner vitals. Optimal. Saya's laugh rumbled low. Fringe stars. Free. Cal glanced her way. Her touch lingered. Trust's currency gleamed brighter than any star. But scopes pinged faint. Shadows trailed. Keth's reach long? Worse. Eidolon whispered. Core fracture detected. Next jump.